Good day, everyone. One of the most earliest applications of drones were using drones for delivery purposes. Drones for delivery started with using drones for pizza delivery and then evolved for delivering to multiple purposes. Let us look at in details about delivery drones in our upcoming slides. A delivery drone is an autonomous vehicle, often an UAV used to transport packages, food, or other goods. Delivery drones are pilotless aircraft carrying packages to a designated area. These flying bots generally have 4 to 8 propellers and rechargeable LiPo batteries to generate thrust. Delivery drones are autonomous or remotely piloted through a ground control station. Drone operators can monitor multiple flying bots at once, keeping track of every package delivered. Traditionally, road transport has been the backbone of the logistics industry. But as urban settlements are getting more congested, it is already hard to reach remote areas with no road infrastructure. The drawbacks of traditional methods are becoming more apparent. The delivery industry is beginning to use drones to solve these issues. The drones have been in the delivery business for a long time now. Pizza delivery delivering crucial time-bound medical supplies. Method of controlling delivery drone differs from other drone locations. To be feasible for delivery, a drone cannot be human controlled due to the latency and cost of human labor, which is one of the main requirements of drone delivery. The driving power behind delivery drones innovation is to cut down on the delivery time of packages which are to be delivered. Many companies are promising to deliver packages in 30 minutes or less, but how and where the trains take off is crucially important. Few ways of drone delivery have been adopted. The first course is to deploy the drones from dispatch centers located around the city. The traveling speeds and built-in battery time could reduce the range of a drone to around 20 to 30 kilometers. This means multiple dispatch stations could be the need for a citywide fleet. The second method of delivery would be using traditional delivery trucks that will operate as a dispatch center for all the drone delivery operations. Drones will work with the road-bound vehicle navigation system to deliver parcel to more rural areas. What are the application of delivery drones? The delivery drones can be used for a range of applications such as delivering packages, delivering food for various places, emergency supplies, last line delivery, which is one of the most readily looked applications of drones, and finally courier service. As drone technology progresses, newer and newer applications of drone delivery have been coming up. It is requested that all of us should definitely look where the delivery drones are actually leading to. Today only, I saw that a lot of companies are looking, apart from Amazon, also to invest into drone delivery. So this is definitely going to be the future for delivery drones in India. What are the challenges that a delivery drone will face? It is important to understand these because if we are designing a drone for delivery, we need to know these challenges first to make sure the design does consider them. Let us look at them in detail. The first challenge is the weather impact. Delivery vehicle drivers must work in most weather kind of conditions. However, when it is really hot, the air density drops, reducing dramatically the lifting capacity of the drone. When it is really cold, energy capacity of the drone drops like a rock. In addition, drones will be dangerous in snow, fog, and rain. So those conditions generally will be in a no-fly weather also. High and gusting winds are also problematic. Weather patterns suggest that there will be a lot of areas and times during the year when drone delivery just won't be practical. Delivery drones will need to handle a wide spectrum of conditions. Otherwise, you won't be able to depend on them. You can't depend on them. You can't get rid of your human delivery drivers who can deal with weather. The second challenge is drone abuse. People are already shooting down drones. There are a lot of people with too much time on their hands to think of new and creative ways to do damage to these drones. Whether we are talking about people shooting them down, sending up your drones to mess with them, or just trying to hit them with stuff they can throw. All these lead to drone abuse. Aside from mischief, this would be again a way to gain ownership of the drone's payload, which is very important. Firms using drones will need a better way to determine the drone is at risk and to bring anyone who purposely damages one act to justice. These things aren't cheap, and losing a significant number over a short period could drive a delivery company under bankrupt. Protecting them against abuse needs some additional thought. The third challenge is the range and the size. Batteries remain the weakest link on these drones. The weight and size of these batteries will have a huge adverse impact on the drone's range, making it critical to consider these issues before the drone wanders off its way. Range changes a lot with heat, cold, and various weather events. A headwind, for example, will cut into drone's range dramatically, not to mention wind that exceeds the drone's top airspeed. In fact, it may be necessary to change packaging a lot, make it more water resistant, more make and easier for a drone to carry. The fourth challenge is the surrounding interference, especially from the power lines. The visual sensors being used in autonomous vehicles have improved a lot, but they are still not very good in all kinds of weather or under interference from nearby power lines or transmission lines. Even people have issues with seeing power lines in low light or when the sun is in the eyes. Power lines are above ground in many areas and historically have been a huge problem for helicopters. But even some planes have also hit them. Drones are very much fragile, and therefore, when they get into contact with these power distribution lines, they are definitely have a lot of problems that they face. Therefore, it won't be enough to just dodge these power transmission lines, but also to find a way to shield the drones from these power transmission lines also. The fifth challenge is the airspace restrictions. At what height will the delivery drone fly? What will be the speed of these delivery drones? Ignoring the logistics of navigating around buildings and radio towers. Most drones set ground levels at launch. They do not dynamically update as you traverse uneven terrain. The drones do not know that the ground has dropped away and they have often react funny when they reach 0 feet, thinking they are about to crash. Therefore, it is important that you have to keep in mind all these restrictions when you're flying. Also, as per the DGCA guidelines, there are locations where you cannot fly the drone nearby. So it's very important to keep all these things when you're deciding on to drone delivery. Sixth and the final challenge is flying over people. You may feel that DGCA is too strict with its drone laws, but they are written for the people's safety. This time around, the rule that you cannot fly around people is to protect the people. There have been debates where flying around humans is either safe or unsafe, but if a drone crashes, it is definitely going to hit someone or going to damage someone. Even the noise that is being created is going to disturb people that are around. You can have safety features such as parachutes or many features which can protect the drone if it loses control or if it's going to fall down. But again, all these are in presence of people. So it is important that all the drone delivery considers that it's going to be around people for sure. Finally, the main questions comes to if you are working on a project which involves drone delivery, what are the factors that you need to consider while selecting or even designing a delivery drone? Various factors are first, it has to be stable and strong. As I said, it's going to go under various headwinds, it's going to go under various conditions. It has to be stable in those conditions. Next is endurance. The drone has to have a good enough endurance to make sure it is able to fly to a particular distance. It has to have reduced vibrations because vibrations will create a lot of stability issues. And usually, increase in vibrations also are due to an increase in sound. So it has to be very much accounted for when you're designing or selecting a delivery drone. It has to be very easy to use because a lot of people are going to use it. And if it is difficult for a delivery drone to be used, it becomes very difficult for to be actually be used for applications. It should be able to operate within the visual line of sight as well as beyond. So many times the drone delivery happens beyond visual line of sight. So it should be easy to use a drone which can work beyond visual line of sight. Finally, the safety of the drone is of most important. There has to be safety systems installed, or the drone has to be safe enough with enough redundant features so as to make sure that the drone does not crash or damage anything nearby, which can cause severe problems to airline. So these are the selections that a drone delivery will have, and these have to be kept in mind while selecting it. Thank you very much.